Okay, I think we're good here. So sorry about the last one. I didn't think about it, but I needed to share my screen. That might be very helpful. So if anybody is on the stream, please let me know in the chat if it sounds good. Just give me like a hey, it sounds good in the chat at some point so I can know that the stream sounds good. Otherwise, I'm gonna move forward. So let me see if I can just test and make sure that the audio sounds good. Before I don't want to get started on this and it turns out nobody could hear me or something. Let's see. You know what I'll do? I'll turn on my own audio or something. Okay, the audio sounds fine. All right, great. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a Tinder for memes, or like a meme Tinder app. And my next tutorial, which is gonna come out, I'm building it now. This is what this video is. It's gonna be me working on the tutorial. Is we are going to write tests for this Tinder meme app, and we're gonna use Cypress to do that. So first, I just want to quickly talk about Cypress. Cypress.io. Let's talk about Cypress really quick. So Cypress is this cool front-end testing framework, and it basically makes testing both fun and easy. And I'm not just saying that, I actually believe that. I've used it at 3 different companies now, and I've used it for my own projects because I just love it. It automates the browser. You can just pretend to be the user. You can say, hey, Cypress, I want you to click on this, and then I expect this thing to happen, and you can mock the back end, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff, and you can watch the browser do all of this while it runs the tests. And again, it's super neat. And so in my last video, I basically said, hey, we're gonna do a testing video. And so that's what this is gonna end up being. The live stream is just me working on that and talking about the tutorial. So this is not the actual tutorial, just so you guys understand that. So what I'm gonna do is go to Reddit, and I'm going to look at memes. I'm just gonna scroll down Reddit and look at memes. And also, if you guys have any good memes, send them to me in the chat, and I will possibly put them in the app, because we're gonna be mocking the back end, so we're not gonna use an actual meme API. So we're actually gonna just have like pre-saved memes for the tutorial. So if you guys send me some good memes in the chat, I will gladly use those. So let's see what we got here. My parents at 29 want to have a 4th kid. Yes, me at 29. If I get COVID-19, I'll get 2 weeks off work. And that is the sad truth. But I don't want to laugh at that because I know there's a lot of people in pain right now. So gonna keep scrolling. Mermaid Man is now in German politics. Okay. There's multiple Reddit meme Reddits. There's edgy memes. I like that one, but it can get a little crazy, and I don't know if I want to go on there on a live stream. But let's see. Hey, look, a Tinder meme. Perfect. Girls on Tinder be like, entertain me, make me laugh, don't be boring. I'm gonna use this one because it's a Tinder meme app, so obviously I have to use this. Let's create a folder on the desktop. Call it memes. I'm just gonna save all my memes into here, and I'll just number them. Hopefully I can get like 10 memes, and then later on I can sift through them and figure out which ones I like the most. So when even your brother didn't know that your boss has a second health bar. Me, a person who loves fighting games, I'm gonna go ahead and add this one. Let's see. Oh, Iwan Vongola. I probably said your name wrong, but long time no see. It has been a long time. Parents, you're going to do nothing with all of your Legos when you grow up. Me makes a meme out of Legos that gets a lot of upvotes. And this was uploaded an hour ago. We don't know how many upvotes it's got, but it has 23 comments, so perhaps he's onto something. I'm not gonna add that one. Yeah, if you guys have good memes, please throw them in the chat. I really need some good memes. That's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, I guess I gotta keep talking because as people come on, they might not have any idea what I'm doing here, but I'm making a meme app for a testing tutorial that we're gonna be doing very soon in the next few days. So I just need some good memes. I guess I could just grab random memes. Oh no. This isn't the best meme Reddit. When you misspell English words to make it look like you know Russian. No. Me being rude to someone and realizing it later. Yeah, that's happened to me. That's happened to everyone. Everyone's experienced this. I'll just add it. This is meme number 2. 8 to go. Please send me memes in the chat. Please. I need your guys' help. This is old meme, man. We need more relevant stuff. What is the value of x? X equals 4 and 3. Bitwise. Oh, this is triple byte. They got me with an ad. See, these guerrilla marketing ads, they know what they're doing. So y'all dumped ice water on your heads in 2014 for ALS, but won't wear masks for Corona. You know, I believe the guy that created that challenge actually died. I saw that on Twitter that he passed away. The guy that created the ice bucket challenge. So in his honor, nah, I can't do that one either. Man, let's see the full image. Oh man. It's all COVID-19 memes. My God. All right, we'll get this one. So that's 3. 7 more to go. Still no love in the chat. I need memes, guys. How people on Twitter find the next thing they're gonna cancel. Whatever. Let's add it. And then I will be canceled. Internet Explorer, it's here. PS3. That's pretty good. I'm gonna keep. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let's use this one. I still have yet to play this game. I need to play this game. I haven't been able to play games because I've been so busy coding that I haven't been able to play video games, but I've seen so many memes and so many videos on this game, I gotta play it. I know I'm late. Oh yeah. Me right now. Now, I don't know if I agree with this. I get it. You pay $60 to $80 for a game, and then you have to pay like another 12, 20 bucks, whatever it is, per month just to be able to play it. That is terrible. But in order for the developers to be motivated enough to continue working on it and making it a better experience, there has to be a constant inflow of money. All right, so someone said, damn, you really save memes from Reddit straight to the PC? Well, no, I don't, not typically, but this is for a tutorial, so, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Now, I could use a meme API, but that's gonna defeat the purpose of mocking the API, so let's see. Someone spelled choking wrong. Chalking on food in cafeteria. Let me scream for help. Anxiety. Nah, bruv. Can't make a scene. Be calm. We die. But what? Anxiety. Die. I said we die today. Anyway, I shouldn't put that one in there. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Seven. Adults. You're an adult. Act like it. Also adults. You're just a kid. Screw it. We'll add this one too. Man, I didn't get one meme suggestion in the chat. I'm disappointed in you guys. Okay, this one's pretty funny. Oh man. We'll go with this one. Yikes. Oh man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, so I got enough memes. So unfortunately, or slash comedy heaven. All right, I don't really know how to pronounce your name properly. I'm gonna screw this up, but is it Hosew? It's not Jose, because normally Jose doesn't have a U in it, but Hosew, is that right? I'm going to go to our comedy heaven, and I'm gonna scroll down for 10 seconds, and if I don't find one good meme, then I'm gonna be disappointed in you. Comedy heaven. I spelled that right, right? All right, let's see what we got. 10 seconds. All right. All right. I also love the background of this Reddit. I should have went here. I didn't know this subreddit existed. I do have like a pocket full of secret Reddit meme subreddits, but it's probably not a safe bet to go to those right now while I'm live streaming. Yeah, this one was pretty good. I'll give that to you, Hosew, or Josue. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry. You can correct me in the chat, and I will definitely apologize. Okay, so I got the memes. So now what I'm going to do is create a React app using NPX, which, by the way, if you're not using NPX to create React apps at this point, you should switch over. I will talk about that in a more formal tutorial, but now I'm ingesting beer and ranting about memes. So create React app, and then I'm going to call this, I guess, meme tender. So React app meme tender. So that's going to take, yeah, the way you pronounced it the last time. Was it Josue or Hose? Oh man, I don't remember the last way I pronounced it. I'm sorry. I'm such a typical American. I can't pronounce anybody's name that's not like Kevin or something. Anyway, I'm going to install this, and then I'm going to install Cypress. So let me go ahead and pull Cypress up while that installs. Wow, that's super hard to remember. Man, I'll never remember that. I like how I don't even have to highlight it and press Control-C or Command-C on a Mac. I can just click it, boom, copied to clipboard. They really make that easy. Kudos. Come on, man. This is creating an awkward silence that I don't want to deal with. Well, at least I can say that Create React app is awesome. Although what I will say is that recently I've been creating a component library, and figuring out how to do that when you're so used to the Create React app flow was a little weird. But I still love Create React app because I still prefer just plain app development. But there's a library called Create React Library that I used to bootstrap a component library that I was building, and honestly, I would just, if you're doing a component library, if any of you are, and I would recommend just starting from scratch and building your own. I would use Rollup and do your own configuration. Don't use a CLI, but Create React app is just the best CLI I've ever used, except for maybe Angular's. But anyway, meme tender. Okay, so now I have meme tender, and I'm gonna open it in my VS Code, and I'm gonna install Cypress, as I said I would. So boom, npm install Cypress. Now, if I remember correctly, it has a post install script that's basically going to add a Cypress folder to my project. So over here, I should see a Cypress folder pop up. I don't remember for sure, but I think so. And if so, that's great. Have any of you used Cypress before? Or if you haven't, have you done any front-end testing? And if so, what frameworks did you use and did you love it? Because I never liked testing until I started using Cypress, and then I was like, you know what, this is great. This is what front-end testing should be like. And they're also located in Atlanta, which is where I am located, so it just makes me feel better about using it. Support your locals, your local startups, especially when you live in Georgia. There are no startups really. It's great to have one here and there. So this is taking a second. Also, I probably, while that's loading, I should probably increase the font size. 24. See if that's good. Great to see you back. Thanks, Drew. It's good to be back. Although I've always been back, and I've been wanting to do tutorials for a long time, but I kept saying to myself, the next tutorial I'm gonna do is this Cypress tutorial, and I had all these other ideas for tutorials, but I told myself the Cypress tutorial is going to be the next one, and so I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off. It's not that I didn't want to do the Cypress tutorial, it's just that I didn't want to make the app that we're doing testing for, so it just seemed like extra work. And I probably should have just forked someone else's repository, gave them credit for it, and then done testing on that, but I just had the idea for Meme Tender, and I was like, that's a brilliant idea, we should just do this. Okay, is this done yet? It is done. Did it add a, it looks like it did not add a Cypress folder like I thought it would. So I'm gonna go back to it and take a quick look at the docs. And I want the super fast overview. Give me the super fast overview. Getting started. Writing your first test. Add a test file. I could have swore it's supposed to add a folder. Oh, I see. It happens when you run it for the first time. Got it. So this is the command I need to run. Let's see if that command works. I'll add it to my package JSON file. Scripts. I'll just add a Cypress. We'll say Cypress run : run, and I'll paste in the command that it said to use. Let's just see if this thing works. I'm gonna. I should just switch over to this. Can I make the font size bigger? Oof. Hopefully you guys can see that. On my end, it's a little big, but I know the screen's probably smaller for you. Anyway, let's see. npm run Cypress open. See what happens. Missing script. Okay. Did you mean Cypress run? Well, that's probably what I meant. Yeah. Boom. See what happens. Okay, so then I will do the long way, as they call it. And okay, there we go. Now it creates the folder. Okay, perfect. So install, run it for the first time, pops open this like instance of Chrome to help you get started, blah, blah, blah. Here's some fake tests that I don't care about. I'm gonna delete all those right now. Integration, examples, gone. I probably should have kept those as reference now that I think about it. It's gone, it's too late now. I need an app to write the tests for anyway, right? So the memes folder that we created moments ago, I'm gonna pull that over here, and I guess inside of here I'm gonna create a folder called memes inside of fixtures, and I'm gonna throw all my memes inside of here. I just grabbed like 10 cheesy memes. Some of them are all right. Okay, 1 through 10. And they're all oh man, some are JPEGs, some are pings. This is my worst nightmare. Oh, there's only one ping. Which one is that? You know, just because that's a ping and the rest are JPEGs, I'm gonna delete that. Oh well. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My brain is not working right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had 11 memes. Anyway, cool. So it's time to actually write the app. Now the first thing I like to do is just get rid of all this crap, and I'll just create like an app folder, and I get rid of the app CSS. I'll drag that into there. Yes. Get rid of this test because we're going to be using Cypress. Keep that. Gotta have this. Get rid of the logo. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then inside of here, actually inside of here, I deleted that file. I deleted that. And I think that's everything. Oh, I gotta update the import. I'm gonna make it a non-default export, and also I moved it to the app folder. I'm gonna use a index.js file here to export this so that we don't have to do /app/app. We can just do /app. But I need to convert this over to a non-default export. So to do that, I put export const, and I'm a big fan of arrow functions. So now I got to get rid of that because I deleted that file. I also deleted that file. I think in React 17, or maybe even earlier, you no longer have to import React, but I'm so used to importing React that I'm going to do it anyway. I really don't think you need to import React. I'm going to comment it out just to see if it works. And then I'm going to return. This is a meme app. And save. And inside of here, I'm going to use CSS modules. So styles.module.css. And let's just create a main and save it. Put nothing in there for now. And I guess I'll just run the server and see if it works without the import. And if it does, I'm just going to get rid of it. I think it was React 16.14 that they started introducing their own JSX engine or something like that, to where you no longer need to import React. Such beauty. But yeah, let's test this to make sure. So npm run start. Let's see what happens. It says this is a meme app, so it definitely worked without React imported. I don't have any console errors. I don't believe I have any compile errors. Good to go. So I can no longer have to import that. That's so great. Now we're down to 3 lines of code. And I think that's it, guys. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's move forward. So for the actual meme app itself, we're not going to be importing the pictures from Cypress. We're going to hypothetically be using an API to get the memes, or a database, or what have you. What I'm going to be building is a front-end application that's going to assume that there is an API. There's not actually going to be one. And the reason why is because we're going to be building this specifically to test it using Cypress, and we're going to be using fixtures to basically mock the API. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is because if you work at a startup, or if you work at a company and you're a front-end developer, not full stack but front end, or even if you are full stack, you might be in a situation where you need to develop on the front end and the API is not keeping up with you. So you need to be able to mock the back end sometimes in order to be able to stay productive. So that's one of the reasons why I want to do that. And also just to show the capability. So with that being said, as I develop the app, I'm going to probably import the pictures, which means I'm going to have to create an assets folder in here. But I'm not going, like in the end, I'm going to delete the folder. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. If not, you'll understand when we do the actual tutorial. So I'm going to create an assets folder, and I don't know, like this is lowercase and this is uppercase. I don't know, that's bothering me. All right, I'm gonna make this uppercase. And I'm going to take all of the images, all of the memes that we have here. I'm gonna copy this folder and I'm gonna paste it into my assets folder for now before I delete it later. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna cut these memes, get rid of the memes folder, and just paste them into the assets folder. That didn't work as smoothly as I was hoping. Boom, okay. So now we have an assets folder with a bunch of memes. So I guess since we know that we only have, what, 10 memes? 1 through 10, and it's all a number.jpg, I can probably create a small function that just iterates through that in a loop. So I'll do that. Const get next meme. I'll need some state. So const current meme set current meme, whoops, is equal to use state. Auto imports are amazing. Thank you, VS Code, for being great. Microsoft is good for a lot of things. I'm not going to be mean. Current meme and set current meme, and I guess this should be the file name. So we'll start it off with 1.jpg, and then what we'll do is we'll say get next meme, and what get next meme will do is just simply iterate the number up, and then let's start by getting the number out of the file name. I want to say, and by the way, here's a tip for all of you. If you want to test a little bit of JavaScript without having to run it inside of your app, if you just want to do a quick test, I have a tip for you. Let me show you. Playcode.io. If you haven't used this, it's amazing. But basically, like off the top of my head, I can't remember the easiest way to parse a number out of a string. I mean, obviously number.parseInt or something, but here's the thing. I want to make sure it actually works, right? So as you can see, it's being logged here. So what I want to do is see if I can parse the number out of it. So number.parseInt that, and you can see it does in fact pull that out, and yeah, so that's going to work for me. Interesting how it says missing radix parameter. Yeah, I think there's actually a second parameter. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. We can look at it though. Let's look at it. Number.parseInt JavaScript. Go to Mozilla. The second argument is let me just type in radix. Like, what is it talking about? Radix or base. So the returns an integer of the specified radix or base. See, I didn't graduate from college, so I don't know what a radix is. But you know what? It's an integer between 2 and 36 that represents the radix, the base and mathematical numeral systems of the string. So the base. Be careful, this does not default to 10. So 10 is what we want, I guess. And it stops complaining when I do that. You learn something new every day. Anyway, so const number from file name is equal to that. But then instead of that, we're going to say current meme. So now we have the number from the meme, from the file name. And what we want to do is increment that up if the number is not greater than 9. So if number from file name is greater than 9, so in other words, if it's 10, then we're going to set it back to 1. So we will say set current meme to be 1.jpg. Otherwise, in every other case, we are going to simply say set current meme, do some string interpolation here, and say number from file name plus 1, who is messaging me right now, .jpg. That totally seems like it's gonna work. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So let's throw an image onto the screen. Set the source equal to, do a little bit of string interpolation again, and the path is actually outside of this folder. I should be outside of this folder, and inside of the assets folder, slash, and then current current meme. And then it wants me to add an alt. So for people who are slightly disabled, maybe they're blind and they're using like a screen reader or something like that, we want to make sure that they're able to know what it is. So we can just say, you know, I don't know how this could be helpful for blind people, but we're still going to do it anyway. Let's parse out the number again. That's not what I meant to do. Let's parse out the number and just do a hyphen. I swear I am derping right now. There we go. Put a hyphen and just say meme. Yeah. Let's see if we got a meme here. We got a 404 not found, that's for sure. You would think that would be the path, right? So we are inside of the app folder. We jump outside. Oh, it's capital A. I swear. All right. Still no meme. What am I doing wrong? The color scheme looks nice. Thank you. Actually, I have the full color scheme disabled, but it's like this full vaporwave thing with particles and stuff, and like the background zooms in slowly, and it's got like this whole vaporwave aesthetic, but I turned it off for this tutorial, or not tutorial, but video, because I didn't want it to be too distracting. But it's a great, it's a really great theme. Yeah, so why isn't this working? 1.jpg, I mean, yeah. I mean, another thing we could do is this, but I don't think that's going to make a difference, right? Correct. 304. What is 304? Not modified. Well, I'll be. It's weird that it has the alt that I gave it here. That's crazy. How does it have the alt here? This is a whole different URL. How does it have the alt? Oh, it's routing back to the app. Duh. Anyway, peculiar. I mean, I can import it like this. I can say import meme1 from. Shouldn't the image be in your public folder? I've been working on a component library for the past like, I don't know how long, and I've forgotten the basic things. The public folder. Thank you. All right, cool. So now we need a way to go from one image to the next. Like, we're not calling get next meme. We need to be calling get next meme in order to iterate to the next one. So I'm gonna make this smaller. I don't know why it was so big. In meme tender, what we're gonna do is, let me put this stuff on the next line so you can see all the code. In meme tender, what we're gonna do is actually have a like and a dislike button. So I'm gonna add a div here, give it a class name, use a snippet that I made real quick to add my styles and say styles dot, I think it was main. Main is going to have display flex. The flex direction is going to be column. And then we're going to have two more classes. We'll have image. Well, I guess we'll need the image. Yeah, nah, we don't need that. Instead, I'll just reference it like this and just set the width to be like, I guess I'm more concerned about the height, not the width really. So let's set the height to be like 250 pixels. Let's see if that's big enough. Oh, I need to set the width to be auto. Oh my gosh. Also, I'm used to the MacBook keyboard now. This keyboard's a little different. Auto. Well, it doesn't like that. Too many windows. Yeah, I think you can set this and then set this to auto. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Since I have such a big screen, 500 pixels will work fine. And then under this, I'm going to have a, I guess, actions section, which will also be display flex. And that's just going to be standard row flex box. And we're going to use material icons for a thumb down and a thumb up button. So I'm going to install material icons. So material icons React. I think it's just part of the global library, but I just want to be sure. Also, by the way, if you don't have grepper, you should totally get grepper. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. But yeah, I don't know if we need, do we need core in order to use icons? I think so. I think we do. So I'm going to do both, core and icons. So we'll start with this. npm install -- save. Get rid of that 0. And also we want to add the icons. Like so. Cool. So I'm going to install that. That has gotten you many times. Yeah, it's so many things to remember when you're doing web development. I mean, there's times where you feel like you know everything and you feel so powerful, like I can do anything with the web, and then you make simple mistakes every 5 minutes. It's just part of it. So once this installs, basically I'm just going to use the thumb up and the thumb down. Let me see what the names are. I think it's just thumb down and thumb up. It's pretty easy to remember. So when you click the thumb down or the thumb up, either one, we're going to call this. If you click the thumb down, we're not going to do anything extra. If you click the thumb up, we're going to add the meme, I guess the path to the meme. In a real world application, it would be the URL to the meme, to a list of your memes that you've liked. You got dumped into a React project after being away from web dev for a couple years. What were you doing for the last couple years? If you don't mind, I'm just curious. Okay. And yes, I am just talking to everyone in the chat, so feel free to message me. I'll talk to you. React has matured a lot, and in fact, I was talking a moment ago about how you don't have to import it anymore, because they have their own JSX engine, which is great. So that has finished installing. So let me add the icons. Oh, come on. Class name equals styles.actions, and inside of here we're going to throw in the icons. And off the top of my head, I think it's like mat icon, or again, let's look at the docs. So material icons. And to use it, you import the icon directly and use it as a component. So, and that comes from here. Excellent. So from up here, we'll do that, and then, you know, so the names of the icons was thumbs down and thumbs up. And what we want to do is thumbs up. How do we want to do this? Thumbs down first and then thumbs up? Let's do that. Let's do thumbs down and thumbs up second. Wow. Amazing. All right, let's see what this looks like. What is going on here? Am I not running the server? Still compiling. It appears to be hung. There's no way it would take this long to compile. I'm gonna cancel this and try it again. Backend and infrastructure. What languages? Mostly Node, or maybe some Ruby on Rails, or maybe some Golang. Thumbs up is not exported from. It's not exported. Well, I'll be. Well, what's it called then? Java? Do you like Java? Oh, you know what? This probably is a. Oh, you know. I bet you. Doing a little experimentation here, guys. Thumbs down. Does it require? It's not defined. Oh, thumbs down. Is that what this was the whole time? Okay, so. I want to do things the right way. So I feel like, I mean, we can do it this way, but I really think it's cleaner to do this. Oops. Oh my gosh. Here, let me. It's thumb down. That's okay. I was putting thumbs down and thumbs up. Is that what it was? So we got a thumb down. Where's the thumb up? Oh, it's just moving super slow. I thought I got rid of the reference to thumbs. I did. Yo, is this tripping right now or what? I got rid of every reference to thumbs. I don't know what it's talking about. Okay, now we have the icons. We are good to go. Kind of do, but Node is my jam. Yeah, I agree. Node.js is... I love TypeScript a lot, and I love the paradigm of programming in JavaScript. It's so different from Java, and even though the syntax may look kind of similar to Java, the actual act of programming in JavaScript versus Java is so different that, like... Yeah, it's one or the other for me. I couldn't imagine doing both on a day-to-day basis. It's so different. But all right, back to this. So I'm gonna encapsulate both of these inside of a div, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Also, if it sounds like I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to people in the chat. So we'll do a class name styles.thumb, and we'll give this class name to both of the icons. And the reason why I'm encapsulating that inside of a div is because I want to give it like a circular background. Looks like I accidentally got rid of a div that I didn't want to get rid of. Okay, so in here we'll go .thumb, add some padding, maybe 10 pixels, background color. I don't know, what are you guys thinking? For now I'll do navy blue, but throw a color in the chat. Throw a color scheme in the chat, like a color palette or something. You know, we'll go with that, but for now we'll do navy blue. navy. Yeah, there we go. With a color of white. I don't know if I can color it like that. I might have to color it directly. Let me see. Yeah. I'm so used to that MacBook keyboard. It's not even funny. See what we have here. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna get rid of this. So we want to add a border radius. I'm gonna do 100%, and I feel like I want a little bit more padding. Let's do 20 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, so we actually need the color here. As it turns out, I probably need to add like a hex code or something for that to work. I don't know. Anyway, it looks better, works better like this apparently. So, so now they need to be in the center and there needs to be a margin. So Flexbox is great for this. We'll do, for actions, we'll do justify content center. And for the thumbs, we'll do a margin of 10 pixels, something like that. We need to center the image as well. And those need to be further apart because I wouldn't want a user to accidentally click the wrong button. That might be terrible. Where's all my windows? All right. Let's make them bigger too. Let's set the size, font size, I guess. Let's set it to like 42. Let's see what that gives us. I don't think that did anything. Oh my gosh. Is this just going super slow or? So we have to give it an enum, that's why. So I'm sure that there is a size prop. Whatever. I'll avoid that for now. Come back to it later. So center the image, make these slightly further apart. The easiest way to center the image is actually probably going to be to do align items center. Just kidding. We could just do text align center probably. Let's figure out what's going on here. I mean, we could do margin auto perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, margin auto. That's the one. Let's do that. All right, margin auto. Whoa. Okay. We got to do both, apparently. The amount of trial and error that's going into this. What is going on here? This not updating? I'm having some technical difficulties right now because I don't see. I'm so dumb. Also, I've had a few beers. That might be why. Let's see, that should do it. Perfect. And then I like a little bit of space at the top, and I'll give it a box shadow as well, and we should be done with the styling. No semicolon. Let's give it a margin top of about 50 pixels and a margin bottom of 25. You know, I'm gonna say no to that box shadow because that kind of looks bad, and that's supposed to be bottom. All right, so just want to add a cursor between those on those. So the margin, I'm gonna actually make that 25 for the thumbs, and then add a cursor pointer. And I think when I hover over it, I want some sort of some sort of signal that says, hey, you're hovering over it. So I'm gonna add a box shadow of 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 3 pixels, gray, with a transition period of 0.2 seconds on both of these, and see what that looks like. Hardly noticeable, but that's, maybe we'll do just a little bit more here, and we'll do black instead of gray. That'll make it stand out more. That's better. Okay, cool. So clicking on either one of these should call the function right here. So we'll go ahead and pass those in as an on-click to both of these guys. On-click. And I'm going to paste that in here. So now this should actually change the meme every time I click it. If I refresh, it seemed like there was, okay. Yeah, it seems to be working good. Let's make sure it goes through the full loop. Perfect. Perfect. So now what we have to do is, hello, Sinoi. What we want to do is, I think first of all, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm going to add a second class to this, to the thumb up, called styles.thumbUp. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other class, but for thumbs down, or thumb down. All right. And I want to just set the background color individually for both of those. So thumb up can have the navy, and thumb down, I'm thinking maroon. Maroon? Those seem like opposite colors. Yeah. Yeah, that looks okay. Cool. Now, when I click on thumb down, I don't want anything to happen really, because we're going to ignore it. We didn't like the meme. But if we thumb it up, we want to do something with it to where it remembers that you liked it. So we can use local storage for that. In a real world application, we would use a database. For now, I'm going to use local storage, but I feel like in the actual tutorial that I'm making, I'm not going to use any sort of database because I'm going to be mocking the back end, or maybe I will use local storage. Yeah, let's use local storage. As you can tell, I'm literally creating and thinking the tutorial up as I go right now. So it's the first time I've ever done this. It's pretty fun. Also, thanks for everyone who's sticking around. I appreciate all of you. So I'm going to need a function that adds a meme to a list of favorites. Add, or we'll say liked meme. Liked meme. So what liked meme is going to do is it's going to take the file name. Okay, so the first thing it has to do is pull out the existing list. If an existing list doesn't exist, it's going to create an empty list or array. And it's going to add the file name of the one you just clicked into this list and then resave it back to local storage. So the first step is get local storage. So local storage, oh my gosh, const liked is equal to, or we'll say already liked, is equal to local storage dot get item. We're going to call this, oh my gosh, liked memes, and we actually need to parse. So JSON dot parse, because that's going to be a string. And if that doesn't exist, we'll just use an empty array. And so now what we'll do is add, we'll say already liked dot push, and we will push the current meme to that list. But here's the kicker, right? We don't want to have duplicates in this array. Now there's so many different ways that we can remove duplicates from array. The easiest way is to say array.from new set current meme. So like const no dupes. So no dupes meaning no duplicates. That would be the easiest way to do it, but that's not the best practice, and I want to do the best practice, which is to remove so it would be like this. Sorry, I'm thinking and coding at the same time. It gets kind of complicated. So we will remove that from the array by using the filter function. So already liked dot filter, and meme goes to meme is equal to meme is equal to, what is the name of it? Current meme. So probably that, right? And just to make sure we're on the right track, I'm going to log this no dupes. And then once we have the no dupes, we're going to push to no dupes the current meme. So that's another way. The set way was actually, honestly, it's not the best practice, but it's cleaner. It's not the best practice because if you're dealing with large data sets, it's doing a lot of different operations. But in this case, we only have 10 memes, so why not just do it that way, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. So now what we're doing is just doing it the super easy way. And no dupes.push current meme. Then once we push that to the array, we want to add it to local storage. So local storage dot set item. The name of the item was liked memes. And we're going to push json.stringify no dupes. So when we click on liked, where is it? Right here. When we click on, when we click on thumbs up, we want to both call get next meme, and we also want to call liked meme. We'll call liked meme first just to be safe. So in theory, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna like some memes, and then I'm gonna create an effect here, by the way, just to log what I'm doing. So whenever we call, I guess whenever current meme changes, I'm gonna log which memes we've liked. So I'm gonna log this basically. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so right now we have an empty array, and that makes perfect sense because I haven't liked any memes yet. Do I like this meme? Yeah, I like this meme. So now we have a meme in there. Me being rude to someone and realizing it later. I don't like this meme. And we still have the same array. Cool. Oh, I like this meme. So now we have meme 1 and 3 liked. So this is working as expected. Great. But there's a new edge case that we have to keep into mind here. Because what if I make it all the way around and I get back to this meme and I'm like, you know what, never mind. I don't like this meme. If I click that, it still stays in the liked memes. We want to get rid of that. So we are going to have to, okay, someone said extract a function rate meme. Interesting. If you want to elaborate on that, we might add it. Like pass type is arg. What do you mean rate meme? Are you saying like, yeah, let me know what you mean and I'll consider it. But for now, I'm going to continue on. Const, I'm going to put this on like so I can keep things in the same area. Liked meme, and then directly under this, disliked meme. And disliked meme, all that's gonna do is simply remove that item from the array. So I'm actually gonna copy this code because it's gonna be almost identical. In fact, these could be the same function and you could simply pass in like a like or dislike enum and then run the code. But I'm gonna do two separate functions just because I want to make sure that this is as easy to understand as possible. And inside of here, the only difference is that we don't want to push the meme. And instead, so no dupes is actually, we're gonna have to do a filter. Oh, that's what you meant? Okay, I see what you're saying now. But yeah, so instead of no dupes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say array or liked without disliked. We can call it that, I guess, is equal to already liked dot filter. And we want to filter out the meme. And we want only the memes where meme is not equal to current meme. So we're filtering out the current meme, and then we are setting in local storage liked without disliked. Let's see if that does the expected behavior. So I don't remember if I liked that one or not. Which meme am I on? I'm gonna refresh. So right now I currently have liked meme 1 and 3. I'm gonna stay liking this meme. It added a duplicate. Haha. I'm gonna have to, I found a bug, but anyway, let's see if it at least removes meme 3. So this is meme 3. If I click that, it does not remove it. Probably because I'm not calling the function, and I'm sure you guys saw that already and were laughing at me. But let me do that, make sure that works, and then figure out the bug. Whoa. So let's see if this works really quick, and then I can. So it didn't add a third one. Okay, so let's see what happens if I dislike this. It indeed removes it. Why did it not remove? Let's try this from scratch and see if it works. So cleared my local storage, refresh. I've got no memes, it's an empty array. I like this meme. Now it is in the liked array, and I like this meme, so now I got 1 and 2. If I refresh, if I click like here, it adds a duplicate. So now we have that in there, but it doesn't add it a third time. It only adds it a second time. Okay. Wow. You know, I'm just gonna do this the way that I normally do it because I see what happened. That is silly. So I'm gonna actually say const no dupes is equal to an array. We'll do the spread operator. In fact, it's this exact code right here. And then we will add current meme to the end. So that should fix that bug. Let me clear that out and see if that fixes it. So like meme 1, like meme 2. Is that a 2-dimensional array? You're joking. Oh, I forgot to spread it. Oh my gosh. This is what a couple of beers will do to your programming capabilities. Remember that, kids. Be healthy. Do the right thing. All right, so like memes 1 and 2, refresh, and if I like meme 1, it does not add a duplicate. All right, so now we have a working meme thing, Tinder thing, without without bugs so far. Cool. So now I want to start integrating a little bit of the Cypress automation in there so you can see what that looks like, because it looks awesome. So in order to do that, I want to add a couple of test IDs, things that I can use to select stuff on the screen. So I'm going to add data test ID. I'm going to call this current meme. I'll just use JavaScript and camel casing. And then the div here, this will be thumb up. And then we'll do the same thing for thumb down. I keep doing this backwards because I guess I'm just a positive person. So now we have test IDs so we can select stuff. Let's go into Cypress and create a test. And I'm gonna number this. Actually, what we'll do is we'll say adds memes to liked. Yeah, so I don't know what we want to call this. Like dislike.js, or is it test.js or spec maybe? Spec? Maybe it's test. I don't know. I don't think it. I really should have kept that initial folder that it created. It might be spec. Let me just look on their documentation. I don't even know if it matters, to be honest. Let's look at a Cypress example app. Perfect. Cypress integration, spec. They use spec. And they actually use a different syntax than what I'm going to be using here. Interesting, huh? Cool. So spec, not test. Spec. Then we're going to do describe. And we're going to describe a suite of tests that I'm going to call like plus dislike. And it's going to be a function. And then we're going to use the it command. And we're going to say it changes memes when disliking. Yeah. So what we'll do is we will go in, we'll load the app. So I think we have to do, sorry, quick sidetrack thought. What I'll do is I will give me about 10 more seconds. Okay, so we will do cy.visit, no, not cayenne or cyan, sorry, cy.visit, and we want to give it the name of the URL. And also, I want to say we might have to do this. Oh, this is, what are you doing? This is probably a TypeScript only thing. Yeah, it is. To get Visual Studio Code to recognize what CY is. Otherwise, it's going to keep saying CY is not defined, but there's something I can do to fix that, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So we want to go to HTTP localhost 3000. That's the very first thing we want to do. And then once we load the page, we want to get the name of the meme and then we want to, actually, we don't need to do that because we already know the order of the memes. We know that when you first load it, the first meme is going to be 1.jpg. So if I click the thumbs down button, I would then expect to see on the screen 2.jpg, right? So let's select the thumbs down button once this loads. So cy.get or contains, or actually we can do a little trick that I'm working on. 1 second. Okay, got a bunch of code snippets that I'm using. All right, so we want to say get by test ID, and the name of the test ID is thumbs down or thumb down. So let's go ahead and paste that in there, and then just at the end of it say .click. And yes, it is that easy. So once we click on it, we should see the next picture. So let's just see if this works, and then we can worry about the assertion in just a second. So let me go ahead and navigate to my folder. So I think it was npm run Cypress run. Is that right? Indeed. Sweet. So it's going to pop open this window. And now I'm going to click run one integration spec, give it access, and see what happens here. That worked. And it happened so fast that you couldn't even see it. But basically, this was the first meme. It clicked on it. You can see that it's highlighted the thumbs down button. It clicked on it. And now we are in the state of having the second image on the screen. And that is awesome. But we don't want to test it with our eyes because there's a lot of things that we test in code that we could never test with our eyes. And also, we could be running tests that take hours. So we need to write an assertion for us to make sure that we, you know, that is doing what we expect. Let's make the computer do the work for us. So in order to do that, I have to figure out how to do that because I don't know everything. So I know how to do a lot of stuff with Cypress, but one of the things that I'm wondering is how can I get the file name or the path name from the image source in Cypress. So let's Google that. Cypress, get image source. See what we can find. Love it. Love it. So let's do, I don't know if I need that. I don't think I do. So should have attribute source, should include, and it should be 2.jpg, right? And then if we do it again, here's how I'm gonna write the test. I'm gonna say, let's load the app. Let's click the thumbs down button. But before we click the thumbs down button, I want to assert that the value is not 2.jpg. Because when we first load the screen, it should be 1.jpg. So I want to assert that it is not 2.jpg. And then I want to click on the thumbs down button. And I want to assert that it is indeed 2.jpg. And then I want to click on it again, and I want to assert that it is not 2.jpg anymore. Hope that makes sense. Hope it works. That would be great. All right, it did not work because it says, oops, looks like you were trying to call a child command before running a parent command. Okay, so that's where that get came from. And I think maybe what it wants me to do is this. Since there's only one image on the screen, this should work. Yep, that worked. Sweet. So you can actually kind of like bring your mouse down and actually see frame by frame exactly what happened. And the test passed. So I'm gonna refresh it. You see it happens so fast. And I've actually got tests that I've written in Cypress that take 20 minutes of just like super fast clicking all over the place, and it's really fascinating to watch. But that is how easy it is to test in Cypress. We literally just tested that. And that's just one aspect. That is changes memes when disliking. Of course, we want to make sure that it changes memes when liking. So we're going to do the same thing, but instead of thumb down, we're going to do thumb up. And we may want to refresh the page because otherwise we'll be on meme 2. Or we can just say, you know what? We are already on meme 3. So when this test finishes right here, we're on meme 3. So let's assert that we are on meme 3 when we first start up this thing. This isn't how you would want to do testing in real life, but I'm just kind of demonstrating how this works. But since we run through this test, we should be on meme 3 when this test starts. Sweet. And this should be include, not include. All right. It happens so fast that you can't even. All right, wow. Yeah. So as you can see here, both are running. So we'll go down and boom, it goes all the way through. Boom, it goes all the way through. And it happens in literally like, that's got to be less than a second. I mean, it says, actually it's right here. It took 1 second. It took 1 second. Okay, cool. So now that's great, but we want to also do some other tests. So we're going to create a new file. So like and dislike work, but do they actually add the memes to the list? So let's say, what do we want to call this test? Like memes.spec.js? Yeah, because I guess that we're technically testing memes, sort of. I don't know. If memes were an object and we're kind of doing OOP, sort of. So, makes sense. All right. So, memes. And then we'll say it saves to liked when user likes meme. And the way that we're going to do this is by actually looking into local storage when we run the tests. So if we're going to do that, the very first thing that we have to do is we have to clear local storage at the beginning of the test, because when we're done, we want to make sure that when we start this test that the local storage is empty. So let's figure out how to do that. I'm sure it's possible. Cypress, clear local storage. Literally, there's a function called clear local storage that they provide. How amazing is that? So the first thing we're going to do is clear local storage. Then we're going to kind of do the same thing we did in the previous test, but only once. Actually, how do we get something from local storage? That should be another question that we ask, because we're going to want to test what's in local storage. So how do we get, it's probably as simple as using local storage like normal. Yep, it literally is as simple as just using local storage like normal, which is great. So we can just say local storage.get item, just like we normally would. Oh wow. So the same code that we wrote in the app, we can actually use inside of inside of our test. Now, I don't think we can set variables inside of the test. I'm pretty sure, but we don't need to, because it's just this line of code. It does what it is we need to do. So what we would expect in the beginning is for, we would say expect this. Whoa, come on. My keyboard's not giving me love today. We would expect this value dot to be, or maybe to equal, an empty array. Seems plausible. Let's see if it works. It expected expected empty array to equal empty array. Well, that's, yeah. I guess maybe I should use 2b. "2b" is not a function. Bear with me. Let's try this. 2. I've got this. cy.expect. Actually, what we should probably do is say expect 2 equal, but not using that syntax, obviously. And this is, it literally spits open an instance of Chrome, so I can literally just Google inside of it. Cypress, check equality. It's chai, that's the syntax. And see, it doesn't like arrays though, because an empty array must not equal an empty array. I wonder about that. I want to test that really quick. JavaScript console online playcode.io open. I want to see console.log. So an empty array does not equal an empty array in JavaScript. That makes sense too, because it's pointing to some other area in RAM. Because an empty array is that. It's an area in RAM. So that makes sense. So how are we going to check the equality? What would be, so to include members? That's one way. Let's try that. Seems weird. Because I need to make sure that this this fails in, I'll show you what I mean in a second, but let's see. Okay, so that worked. But what happens if we call this with like 1.jpg? Would this then fail? I would expect this to fail. Okay, but it doesn't. So this assertion would not suffice for our test. Maybe we need to use deep equal. Oh my gosh, I have way too many browser windows open. Maybe we need to use deep equal. Where is that? I know I saw it. Deep equal. Does that work for arrays? Let's find out. Okay, so deep equal. Is that the right syntax? Equal members. Did I? Oh, wow. Okay. So that fails. I would expect that. That's good. And then if this passes, then we have a successful, there it is. So we want deep equal. So now if I run this test, it passes. But it actually means something. So now we can click like on a meme. Let's throw this one in here. So when we first load it, let's do a refresh. Let's again look at Cypress refresh page. Reload, cy.reload. Is that? Yep, cy.reload. So the first thing we want to do is clear the local storage. Then we want to do cy.reload to refresh the page so that we're on the first meme. Then when we test to make sure that local storage is indeed cleared. Then we want to make sure that the image on the screen is in fact image 1. Then we want to click thumbs up. And then now when we test this, we would expect that to now equal that. See if that works. It did not work. Let's see why that didn't work. It seems like it's not doing... Oh. Well, why? Did it not reload? I'm a little bit confused as to where this is at. So we get here, it's almost like it's not, so maybe I need to refresh this. That's what it is. No? It's like it's not running this. And I just saw Aku's comment in the chat. I just got into coding. I'm at college right now doing ethical hacking, web design, and some game design. Been about 11 weeks in so far. Oh, good, LOL. So far, so good. And that is good to hear. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. 11 weeks in, that's actually a good sign. Because usually if I didn't go to college for computer science, to be perfectly honest. But from what I understand, when people go into college for computer science, it can be really overwhelming at first, and it weeds out a lot of people very quickly. So if you like it 11 weeks in, then I feel like you're in good shape. So glad to hear that. Okay. So back to this. It really does seem like it's not running the code because it's saying it's an empty array unless I'm missing something. What could I be missing? You know what? I bet you local storage might be asynchronous. Maybe? That would be a new thing that I learned. Let's see, cy.wait. Let's wait an entire second before running the next line of code and see if that works. No? It still didn't work. So that's certainly not it. Also, it didn't look like it actually waited a full second. If the entire test suite finished in less than a second, then it certainly didn't wait 1 second. So what that means is that I must need to refresh this. Something ain't right here. Let's try this again. How? I'm convinced there's something awry. That doesn't make sense. How can it? Is it not? Yeah, it should be definitely waiting when I call that, but it's clearly not. It's running and it's finishing and there's no way it's waiting a second. Make it wait 2 seconds. Well, again, it's finishing in under 1 second, so something isn't right here. What could it be? I don't know. I feel like it's not my test. How bizarre. I legitimately feel like something's not right here because it should have been waiting. First of all, this doesn't make sense. Well, either A, I found a bug in Cypress, or B, I'm doing something stupid. And it's almost always I'm doing something stupid. So I'm gonna actually break out of this and then restart the Cypress server and see if maybe that fixes it. That didn't fix it either. I know it's not running this. So if it's not running that, then I mean, I could Google that. I could say, hey, this isn't working. Maybe someone else is experiencing the same problem. Oh wait, what is not running? Yeah. Apparently other people are not having this problem. That is weird though, right? So I have this set to wait for 2 seconds. If I run it, the entire test finishes in 1 second. And I've used Cypress before in the past many times, and wait always worked fine. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. It could just be I'm using like a version that's got a bug. Version 6, wow. Yeah, actually, I think I'm using a version that came out very recently. When did this come out? Because I think 5 just came out recently. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to assume that that it's Cypress's fault here. If someone on the live stream sees what I'm doing wrong, or if agrees with me that it could be Cypress's fault here, let me know. I think this might be a bug. And I'm gonna break this on to separate lines just so everyone can see it. But basically what's happening here is it's not running this code right here. It's just going straight to this assertion. Like, what am I? What happens if I get rid of this? It still doesn't run it. It's not running that code. It must be, is it a syntax error? I am so confused right now. Huh. All right, I'll comment that out. uncomment that out. See, it waited that time. It actually waited that time. Comment everything out. If you comment everything out, the tests will pass. No, but yeah. I mean, it's running without the assertion. A million times I've run into things in the past and I'm like, oh, this is a bug with the framework. This is the bug with the framework or something. And then it turns out it's my fault. So I'm really hesitant to sit here and say that this is Cypress's fault, but I mean, if I put this line of code, okay, how about this? Let's say, let's hard code this and just say 1.jpg. Obviously, you know what? I don't know. Let's just see if it works. Okay, so it works if you hard code it. Wait, no, it didn't. It's running the assertion before. It's running the assertion before the rest of the code. Is that the order in which this assertion that it's running right here is being run? It's running this line of code before it's running any of these lines of code. What is going on here? Why is that? It shouldn't do that, right? All right, anyway, I'm just gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna downgrade to a different version of Cypress really quick. This will just take a few seconds. I'm gonna use a version of Cypress that I know for a fact should be working. So let's do that. Let's let me look. Package.json, Cypress. Let's use version 412. I'm really digging in. So let's do version 412. And let's make sure that I delete my package lock and my node modules folder. Make sure I delete that, because the easiest way to delete the node modules folder is to, sometimes I delete it in VS Code and it causes VS Code to freeze. So I'm just gonna delete it from the file explorer. Mac has such a better time dealing with large file deletions than Windows. I'm using Windows and I'm used to using Mac, and when I delete node modules on a Mac, it's instant. But when I delete it on Windows, it's not instant. Come on. All right, well, Arai, is that how you pronounce your name? Arrayus? Arai? Thanks for hanging out this long. Yeah, it didn't want to delete it. Windows. It doesn't like deleting stuff. On Mac, I would just run rm-r node modules. In fact, that's what I'm just going to do right now. Let's do Let's do an Ubuntu window. Yeah, I probably do have to close VS Code to do it, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Can I access my Windows file system from my Ubuntu terminal? Let's try that one more time. What's in here? What do you know? Okay, so now I can run sudo rm-r node modules. Boom. You know, I don't really know my password. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what was that my password? Huh. Well, I don't want to waste. Oh, wait, did that work? Yeah, that did work. All right, cool. So make sure I close this down. So what I'm doing, guys, I know that there's some new viewers now. Basically, what was happening is I was running this test right here, and it was running this assertion before it was running the rest of the code, and I was pretty sure, like, I don't know, pretty sure that it's not supposed to run this assertion before this code, and I proved that it was running this assertion before the code. I spent 10 minutes doing that. So what I'm doing is I went into my package.json file, and I am downgrading to version 4.12, which I'm pretty sure will work fine. And I deleted my package lock, and I deleted my node modules folder, and now I'm about to run npm install to go ahead and install this older version of Cypress. And if indeed I can run this test and the assertion gets called in the order that I would expect, I'm gonna put in a bug for Cypress on GitHub, and then show them this video, because that would be kind of funny. But again, it could totally just be me being stupid, but I feel like it should run that assertion in the order of the code. I mean, it's none of that is asynchronous. Cypress doesn't use promises for their async stuff. It's kind of hard to explain how it works, but I'm somewhat familiar. That's why I'm so shocked that this isn't working. But let's just give this a few seconds, and we'll continue. Sorry that it takes so long. In the meantime, while I wait for this to install, what's everybody's favorite music? What do you guys listen to? Got any favorite bands or favorite artists? Maybe a new favorite song or Spotify playlist or something you want to share with me? Because I'll listen to it sometime tomorrow while I'm working. Huh. While coding the obvious, probably lo-fi hip-hop. I have gone through so much lo-fi hip-hop, it's not even funny. I even started making lo-fi hip-hop. But recently, I found this Spotify playlist that has been honestly just freaking amazing. It's called Chill Electronic, and it's created by Dead Radic. This playlist is sublime for coding. I highly recommend it. Okay, cool. That finished installing. Let's run the Cypress tests and see if this thing works. Why is my package lock.json purple? Huh. Anyway, I get distracted easy. So npm run Cypress run. I swear if this passes. Hello, Ed. How are you doing, Ed? Does anyone know the VS Code theme he's using? Awesome stream, by the way. Love your vids. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you should actually see this VS Code theme in its full action. I'd have to activate it, which would take a few minutes, and I don't want to bore you with that. But it has like this full-on background, like vaporwave aesthetic, where it's like zooming in on the background, and it has all these particles and stuff, and it has like a glow on all the text. It's really cool, but I disabled it because I didn't want it to distract people. Maybe I'll enable it for the actual tutorial. Yeah. Let's see if this passes. And I'll tell you the theme name in a minute, as soon as I figure this out. I just remembered something vital, which is that I need to run the app. All right. Now the real drum roll can happen. Oh my gosh, it's still loading the development server? You're kidding. Come on. I have this super powerful PC. It's got an M.2, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2080 Ti, i7 processor, 9th gen, and it can't even run smoothly. All right, so it's running now. Now that that's running, let's run Cypress. Heck, my MacBook Air runs faster than this. All right. All right, let me just, before I get to, okay, yeah, so that was hard-coded. So I can't laugh yet. I could still be stupid. In fact, I probably am stupid. Apparently I am. It's running the assertion before the rest of the code. Am I? I mean, I guess I should just Google this. Assertions run before rest of test. Cypress. Assertions run before steps required to make assertion. This is definitely a thing that's happened. If I'm correct in debugging this. This is due to the way Cypress API works. Cypress commands are asynchronous. I'd suggest you thoroughly read through this doc and the document on variables and aliases. So I was stupid. So issues in our GitHub repo are reserved for potential bugs or feature requests. In other words, this person's like, stop wasting our time and read the docs. Yeah, so I learned something new. This stuff right here is actually running asynchronously. But it's not a promise because you can't call then on it. So basically I would have to figure out how to run this test the proper way. I'm not going to do that in this live stream. In fact, I'm about to go to sleep. Well, maybe not go to sleep, but, you know, start relaxing and not code before I go to sleep. Yeah. But, oh yeah, Ed, if you're still there, I should show you, see if I can show you the theme really quick. Laser wave. Yeah. I gotta remember how to enable that setting. Let me see. Give me a second so you can see the full thing. Laser wave VS Code enable. Whoa, this guy has a crazy website. hold on. Yeah, so this is definitely laser wave. Also have laser wave italic, but to get the actual effects running, you have to do something, and I can't remember exactly what. Yeah, enabling custom, that's what it is. Custom, enable custom CSS and JS, and then you have to restart Visual Code. Yeah. Yeah. So, I forget how to get the thing to zoom in. I think it's more CSS that you have to add. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell, this is awesome. I code in this and just feel super cool. I'll listen to like some 80s style. I don't know if anybody here listens to like let me see, this sort of thing. But yeah, this is the perfect vibe. Anyway, all right. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you all